You're a magician, but you perform primarily for blind people. What is your act?
I think it's a lot of, like you have to act surprised at your own jokes. You have to convince them that you did something impressive. Or it's just fake ventriloquism. You have a partner and you just have them talk in their voice. And you're like, isn't it crazy? I can do two different voices at one time. That's your main trick.
I would do like audio versions of other tricks. Like, you know, the one where you put a lady in a box and then stab the box with swords. So it'd be like, okay, I'm putting the lady in a box. Now that she's in the box, I will verbally assault her, which everyone could hear. And she'd be in the box and I'd go, you stupid whore. You're so stupid. No. And then she would come out of the box unscathed.
Like, how'd you get out of that? Well, I had Bose headphones on. So really his words did not affect me. Noise canceling. And Bose is actually a sponsor of this podcast. I would do is this your card trick? They're going to need someone to tell them what the card is, first off.
No, you could just like rub it on their face or whatever. They'll get it. It's like, it's right there. You got it. And then you do the card trick. I think it'd work.
So you have like a braille card.
Mm-hmm. People would be uncomfortable because you're rubbing cards on their face. Magic.
Is that worse than magic?
I don't think so. I think if someone walked up to me and was like, do you want me to give you a magic trick with these cards or rub these cards on your face? I would pick the latter.
You know what my trick would be? Is I would give them all sight. And then after the show, it would be gone. And they'd be like, that was amazing. And I'm sad. It was so beautiful. I saw my wife.
That's horrible. You give people a sight just to watch magic tricks and then you take it away.
Yeah, you got to leave them wanting more, you know?
They're not going to want it. Could you imagine if they're like, oh, that's what sight is? I'm good. If that's all it is, if it's just people doing card tricks.
Oh, yeah. These people, literally the only thing they've ever seen is magic.
Yeah, they're just like, you know what? The sight wasn't that good.
But if you've never seen anything, magic has got to be so much more unbelievable.
Yeah, but I think they would be distracted by the wrong things. You're like, here's a deck of cards. They're like, amazing. But if you couldn't do that, you could also do smell tricks. Like, what if
I feel like that's the big thing. The smell would be very easy.
Like,
because you could do, like, you know how only your farts smell like your own? What if you had a smell that smelled like everyone's fart? They're like, that's mine.
Is it magic or are you farting on blind people?
I mean, magic is in the eye of the beholder, or in this case, the nose.
I think if a blind person went, did you fart? And you go, magic. I don't think they would.
Yeah, that'd be the trick. It would be, the trick would be that it smells a lot like someone farted, but you insist that you didn't fart. No one farted, but everyone take a deep whiff. Everyone's like, oh my God. But the trick is that your assistant farted. You put on a disguise and then farted. Is it a crime to hit a blind person?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's a crime to hit a person.
A blind person.
He's saying they're different. This is.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's definitely illegal if they're a bus driver or a postal employee. Those, like, if you're like work for the MTA or something, then it's a federal crime. They have lots of signs about that on the bus and on the subway.
What if they're a blind bus driver?
Then it's okay.
Because you're like, hey, stop driving the bus. And they're like, you can't hit me. No one's allowed to hit me.
But they have that in like every, on the bus where it's like, be aware, attacking an MTA driver is a federal crime. And it's like, yeah.
That'd be so funny to be like a bus driver just bullying everybody because you have that power. Just slapping people's phones out of their hands. Like, fucking do something. I work for the government.
I mean, that's diplomatic immunity, but on a very small
just
scale.
In the bus. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the ambassador to this fucking bus.